And here we say God makes his choice. And normally when you look for a candidate, you would say, okay, whom God will use in a season, as a time like this. Then you would look for the, handsome looking ones, the confident ones. But you see, God came and searched for a man that is in hiding. When God spoke to this man, his reply is, it's just all discouraging. Because as he sees himself, he probably does not even believe in himself. But when the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Wow. But sir, Gideon replied, "If the Lord is with us, why has all these things happened to us?" I said, God doesn't know. Where are all his wonders that our fathers told us about? When they said, "Did not the Lord bring us out of Egypt?" But now the Lord has abandoned us and put us in the hands of the Midian. When the Lord turned to him and said, "Go in the strength you have and save Israel out of the Midian hand. Am I not sending you?" But Lord, Gideon asked, "How can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh." That's his family line. "I am the least in my family." You talk about self-confidence. This guy doesn't have any trace of self-confidence. He's well aware of the standing of his family line. You see, if you would follow the biblical stories and all, the connection, the strength, the prestige, all has to be within family lines. And that's a value within the nation. That's why in the introduction of Jesus, Jesus needs to be linked by family line. From Adam to Jesus, all by family line. Are you following the story? So here's a man who's well versed in his family line. If I would ask you a little bit, what's in your family line? What do you have in your family line? Maybe others would say, "You know what? I've got doctors in my family line." Oh yeah? The other guy would say, "Oh, you got doctors? We have many conductors in our family line." Conductors are those guys that sell tickets in the bus. So they collect the fares as well. But he's got nothing to brag about his family line. "I am the least of my tribe." You must have been mistaken. You picked the wrong guy, sir. But then the Lord answered, "I will be with you, and you will strike down all the Midianites together." Gideon replied, "If now I have found favor in your eyes, give me a sign that it is really you talking to me." Now, can you blame him? No. He has seen fear all his life. And so, when he asked for a sign from this man, he said, "Give me a sign." Make the story short, he said, "Okay, give me the usual welcome that you would do the emissary of God, the messenger of God. Give me that tribute." And so, he gave that tribute, and make the story short, fire flared from the rock, consuming the meat. And that became, oh, that's a good sign. This man is supernatural. This angel of the Lord is legit. This angel of the Lord is really saying what he says. But then Gideon said, well, stay for a while and until I've offered you something better. And so the sovereign Lord go to... Okay, so there's a few testing in there for Gideon to verify that this messenger is really of God, and it became apparent to him that this man is really from God. And so you would think at that point that Gideon would actually start to believe, right? You would think at that point, I mean, there's fire. He produced fire. Isn't that big enough? Isn't that strong enough for him to just believe in this man? But you see, Gideon is a little bit... He believes and yet he doesn't believe. After all, he's not the bravest man in the land. He's not. He said, "Sir, I think you made a mistake. As you can see, I'm terrified. I'm doing this in hiding. And I'm the unlikely candidate." I said this in the preaching before. God would always choose the unlikely candidate. God would always choose those that have been rejected in the eyes of man, so that he can prove his goodness. And so